how did you interpret Kyle Shanahan and Jauan Jennings, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch discussing Jauan Jennings today? They were both asked, they both answered about Jauan, and they both made it clear how much they want him back. Do you think that there's a chance? How likely do you think it is that Jauan resigns here?
I think it's pretty likely, actually. Why? Because their receiving core is a mess. Also, it's the one guy that I absolutely know that they both love. Lynch has called Jauan his favorite player, and Shanahan, when I asked him about Jauan last week, said there's no player that he holds in higher regard. So, I mean, they love this player more than anybody else loves this player. So, what are the odds that some NFL team on the outside is going to offer him more than what Shanahan and they're going to go high for him? They're not going to 22 million or whatever. I mean, if he goes there, he can. You can ask for whatever you want to ask for, and nobody's going to pay that. Not for a guy who they all have four. You got to remember, these teams all they think about it. What do you think of this guy? And then they go immediately back to their scouting reports from the draft, and they're like, "Yeah, we liked him in the draft, but 4.77. No, we're not going to pay this guy. No separation. Look at this film. No separation." So I would say 2 years, 32 million, 16 million a year would be as high as the Niners would go. And maybe they won't even go that high, but I can't imagine that anybody's going to give him more than that. I think he's back.
Listening to both of them talk at length about how much they wanted him, and John Lynch even saying, like, yeah, we're going to try to get him back, makes me feel like, also in addition, the fact that they're interested in Jordan Addison. Addison feels more like a replacement for Ricky Pearsall than a compliment to Ricky Pearsall. I mean, Pearsall is the downfield, stretch the field guy, and Jauan Jennings is the possession receiver. I feel like Jauan Jennings and Jordan Addison would really complement each other very well. Jennings would be the number 2. Addison would be the number 1. Both of them are, vets who would be getting paid, but not like $30 million a year, way below that. What the price range that the Niners were comfortable with all along with Brandon Ayuk. It would make sense that they would bring back Jauan Jennings after the season he had and what they said today.
Only thing is, the one team, and you got Team effing Young over here saying Jennings goes to Tennessee with Saleh for Cam Ward. Jauan Jennings is a ticket selling element in Tennessee. I mean, he's popular there. So and that is home. So I would not be surprised at all if Robert Saleh explains to these guys the value of Jauan Jennings. Because, I mean, if you're Robert Saleh, you're not going anywhere the same way you weren't going anywhere with the Jets if you don't develop your young quarterback. He didn't develop Zach Wilson. The whole thing blew up. If he doesn't develop Cam, the whole thing's going to blow up as well, and he probably knows it. So, paying JJ too much money when they have a ton of cap room and a stadium opening and this and that to get Cam Ward going in the right direction, I could see Saleh prioritizing that. I could see JJ there in Tennessee. If he's not there in Tennessee, he's going to be back here, though.
Yeah, but I could also see Jauan just using Tennessee as a negotiating, who wants to go play for the Titans?
Who wants to win, right?
Yeah, I would think. I mean, if the money's the same, if he could get an offer from Tennessee and go back to the Niners and be like, all right, this is my market. I want to play for you. Can you kind of come close? I would think that the answer is going to be yes, because I don't think anyone's offering him 25. It'd probably be closer to 20 tops. And I think the Niners,
even that seems
like they want
way high. That seems way high. I mean, if you really think about it. But I will say about this.
Coming off 600 yards this year, like, it's no way. Yeah.
Jauan scores touchdowns, though. I mean, man, he is tough. He is tough. And, I mean, I think for the 49ers, every team needs a couple culture players. And he is such a culture player. And I'd be willing to pay him short term, not north of 20, but I would be willing to pay him because I do think he's important.